let's continue from where we left off. That's right, we are diving deeper into crypto, because the deeper you go, the deeper it keeps getting. It is like a black hole, like the Mariana Trench, like the, other things deep. But yes, it is a vast topic, and previously we covered some very important technical aspects of it. Today, we will be covering the remaining core concepts behind cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, their applications, and some practical use cases. If you can recall, cryptocurrency got its name from a technique called cryptography, which in simple words is the art of protecting information. It is a term used in computer sciences where it denotes techniques used for securing information and even communication that is derived from mathematical concepts and a set of rule-based calculations called algorithms. What does it do? It encodes the information and makes the deciphering of it practically impossible. The algorithms used to encrypt the information based on a predetermined set of rules and generate cryptographic keys, digital signings, are used for verification to protect data privacy, protected web browsing, or communications, the usual. In the context of cryptocurrency, cryptography is the practice of sending and receiving currency or transacting currency in a trustless, secure, and pseudonymous manner. It eliminates the need for any intermediaries like banks or governments, credit card companies, or whoever thinks they are good enough. Because when it comes to money, no one can be trusted. So cryptography allows us to send our money securely and anonymously. Why is it so important for cryptocurrencies? Well, that's the whole idea behind cryptocurrency. Cryptography stopped the biggest problem faced by digital currencies, the double spend problem. I mean, what's to stop a person from making a duplicate of a code and spending multiple copies of it, also known as their digital currency? Well, that was the solution proposed by the famous and unknown creator of Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto. The solution is named Public-Private Key Encryption. Yeah, we know how encryption works. So what's new here? We'll take Bitcoin for example here. We know Bitcoin issues a private key to all users, which in turn gives us our public key, generated cryptographically by Bitcoin, of course. So you have all your funds in your account, also known as your wallet, which is only accessible via that private key. But your public key, now here's the fun part. Your public key is stored in the public ledger to confirm all the transactions. The transaction to and from, it's all managed by the keys. It verifies your Bitcoins belong to you and from where you acquired them. For as long as you have your private key, your Bitcoins are yours, and the public key can be used for general transactions. How simple yet efficient is that? Since we are already on the subject, might as well talk about the wallets where your Bitcoins are stored. Crypto wallets are... Well, actually, it is best to first clear up that there are two types of crypto wallets. The first ones are, as you might have guessed it, software-based wallets. This includes web-based wallets, like offered by crypto exchange websites like Scion-based Global. And then there are mobile wallets, which are app-based like Trust Wallet and Mycelium. And finally, desktop wallets that are software for your PCs, including names like MetaMask, Exodus, and Electrum. Now here's the funny part. The wallet doesn't actually contain your currency. It doesn't contain any money at all. So what does it hold? Well, it holds your digital private key that you can use to access your cryptocurrency that exists on the blockchain. Basically, it's keeping your crypto private key safe and accessible for you. That's it. Using your wallet, you can easily send or receive money, aka cryptocurrency. Oh, and the hardware wallets. Well, they are actual hardware devices that are considered to be the best medium for securing your crypto assets. You can connect your wallet to your computer via USB or any other port to facilitate transfers and transactions. The most popular hardware wallets are Ledger Nano S and Trezor. They are a bit difficult to use for beginners, so unless you have done your research, you better stick to online wallets. The wallets are essentially divided into two different types: hot and cold wallets. Hot wallets are your online, mobile, and web wallet, whereas your hardware wallet is a cold wallet since, it's offline and stuff. Another core concept associated with cryptocurrency is staking. It's a fairly complicated concept, but we'll try to make it as digestible as possible. I hope. Some people define it as a way of earning rewards just for holding certain types of cryptocurrencies, which is not entirely wrong, but not entirely correct all the same. Yes, you are earning some percentage reward over time that your holdings are generating, but they are also put to work by the blockchain. The stacked coins are used for contributing to the consensus mechanism that we've covered previously called proof of stake. I hope you do remember that, right? Of course you do. It's the mechanism used to ensure all transactions are verified and secured. Staked tokens become a part of that process, and since they are basically contributing to the network itself, they are rewarded for their contribution. But not all cryptocurrencies allow staking. For instance, Bitcoin runs on proof-of-work consensus mechanism, so it doesn't use staking. Ethereum 2.0, however, runs on proof-of-stake consensus mechanism. I mean, it's there in the name, proof of stake. Staking? Makes sense, right? Proof-of-work is a rather simple consensus mechanism that's only consuming a ton of power and is suitable for simple blockchains like Bitcoin. Ethereum, however, has multiple applications running on top of it, including the wondrous world of DeFi, which we will get into in a few minutes. Like we previously discussed, proof of stake validates transactions with the help of thousands of stakers who are invested in the blockchain. So staking serves a similar function to mining, where the stakes are selected to add the latest batch of transactions to the blockchain and earn some crypto in exchange. So stakers are putting the coins or tokens they hold on the line for the chance to add a new block to the blockchain and earn some reward in exchange. The staked coins or tokens act as the guarantee for the legitimacy of the transaction that they have added to the blockchain. But what would happen if a transaction is found to be invalid? It is a real possibility, and there is a contingency for that as well. In the case of a transaction turning out invalid, a certain amount of stake is burned for the users by the network in an event called slashing event. Ultimately, it is a great way to make some extra dough over your holdings that may otherwise just be lying around in digital space collecting digital dust and digital cobwebs. Now, have you been paying attention to everything? Are you sure? Okay then, here's a question. What in the world is a token? You do recall me saying coins are tokens, right? Fundamentally, tokens and coins are very much alike. Both represent value and both can process payment. Both can be swapped for each other as well, so what's the difference? It all comes down to utility. Coins operate on their own blockchains, whereas tokens operate on the blockchains of the coin. They are not a digital currency, but rather like deeds or bonds. Do they hold value? Yes, at times even more than coins. Furthermore, blockchains directly handle the transaction of coins, whereas tokens are traded via smart contracts. Another thing is that coins never leave one place, rather only balance is exchanged. Think of it like how banks change balances. If I'm sending A amount from ABC Bank to XYZ Bank, and the total holdings of ABC Bank are 123 and of XYZ Bank is 456, then the exchange would look something like this. ABC to XYZ, 123 plus A to 456, 123 to 456 plus A. Whereas if a token is sent or exchanged, it is gone for good. An example of that would be NFTs, where we will also cover in a second. But first, forks. A fork is like the basic protocol of a blockchain that has been altered or modified. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum are powered by decentralized open software that anyone can contribute to, aka blockchains. A fork is created when the community that is responsible for maintaining the blockchain makes amendments to the underlying code of the blockchain. It splits into a new entity that, although shares its history with the original blockchain, but is headed in a completely different direction, creating a new block. There are two types to it. One is a soft fork, which is basically a software upgrade that is backward compatible with the original version. The other is a hard fork, which is created due to drastic changes in the software of a blockchain and is not backwards compatible. Some examples would be Bitcoin Cash and Ethereum Classic. Now let's move on to a topic that has been long overdue: DeFi, or decentralized finance. DeFi is an emerging financial technology that is based on secure distributed ledgers similar to those used by cryptocurrencies. So why DeFi anyway? Well, it does the same thing as cryptocurrencies do: remove the control of regulating bodies over financial products and services. So imagine no fee for using it like banks charge. The money is secured in a digital wallet instead of in a bank that is prone to robbery or cyber attacks. If you want to use it, just use it. No permission is required. All you need is an internet connection and you are good to go. Oh, and you can transfer your funds in seconds, not days. So banks, credit cards, and all that is centralized finance, but make it decentralized, and you have decentralized finance. No intermediary, no complex loops of transactions where your money transfers from card to the bank, and from bank to credit card company, and from there back to the bank, and then in the account of the merchant or shop from where you are making the payment. Similar to crypto, DeFi is a peer-to-peer transaction, so you can lend, trade, and borrow using software that records and verifies financial actions in distributed financial databases. It too operates on blockchain and is equally secured. Think everything crypto and blockchain, but now it's more than just an exchange of currency. All the services of financial institutions like loans or payments in the blink of an eye with no third parties involved. No extra charges, no nothing. Of course, all the cryptocurrencies will be a part of the DeFi ecosystem. The technology is still in its infancy, so there are a lot of variables associated with it that will hopefully be resolved in due time. Last but not least, NFTs. They are all over the world, and honestly, they are such a vast topic that we will have to completely cover them in a separate video. But in essence, NFTs, or non-fungible tokens, are cryptographic assets or tokens on a blockchain with unique identification codes and metadata that distinguish them from each other. Usually, tokens and coins have a certain value associated with them since they are practically identical, with minor differences. But NFTs cannot be traded or exchanged at an equivalency. Anything can be an NFT if you can convert it into digital form. For instance, a simple image, a drawing, a video, a GIF, an in-game item, or even a screenshot of a tweet. And again, no third parties allowed, so an NFT can be traded peer-to-peer. They are recorded on the blockchain and are an ideal medium for the representation of either physical or even digital assets. We won't go into the depth of how expensive they can be sometimes. Rather, we will talk about how they are so unique. Each NFT is a unique token, incomparable to anything else. Each NFT contains a unique, non-transferable identity to distinguish it from other tokens. They also contain ownership details for easy identification and transfer between token holders, so we know who owns the rights to an NFT. Think of them as a cut above the cryptocurrencies. The existence is the representation of physical assets digitally, which in turn offers millions of real-world applications. Ranging from real estate to lending contracts to artwork, the applications are unlimited. With all that said and done, how do you buy cryptocurrencies? If you are not staking or mining, you will have to purchase your cryptocurrencies from brokers or exchanges online. A crypto exchange is a marketplace where buyers and sellers meet up to trade cryptocurrencies. In exchange for a little fee, you can buy cryptocurrencies. Simply make an account, follow the verification process, which is rather simple and easy to follow, and that's that. Some of the most well-known cryptocurrency exchanges are Coinbase, Gemini, and Binance. A crypto broker is more or less the same thing, but even easier to use. Some are a bit more expensive than exchanges, while some are even free. How do they make money then? By simply selling your information to large brokerage firms or funds. Robinhood and SoFi are two of the most well-known crypto brokers.